All right, let's go. Joyride. I did this morning, and I had a lovely person jump in. She was really vulnerable, talking about her situation. And then she DM'd me and asked me if I can delete it because she didn't know that I was going to post it. So I just want you guys to know, if you jump in, yes, this is a live, and then it will be posted and it will be on my feed. Of course, I respected her wishes and instantly deleted it, which is why I am doing it again. I have snot coming out of my nose. Just finished a running, bike riding workout, which is a sprint. I'm not a good runner. I run like a refrigerator coming down the streets with its doors flapping. So working on running. All right, that is why I'm sweaty and naked. I'm not naked, I have no shirt on. But hey, who wants to come in? I'm gonna repeat this morning's lesson because I will talk about what the daily dose is, something I've been doing for the last 15 years. There is a little false advertising in that I call it a daily dose, but I don't give you something daily unless you count my words, my podcasts, my social media. Like if you combine everything, yes, I give you more than one lesson daily. But as far as under the title of daily dose, it's more of a every once in a while dose. Anyway, today's daily dose is this idea that our hearts store energy. Call it chakra, call it chi, call it spirit, whatever you want to call it. Our energy source is huge in our hearts. And if you close your heart, meaning judgment, self-protection is usually why we close our hearts, because we've been hurt, right? Hey, by the way, request yourself to come in here if you want to chat. If you close your hearts, you block that energy source, and this is kind of the lesson. If you block your energy source, then that energy, that includes your story, who you are, your gifts, is blocked, and it's not shared with the world, right? Your potential goes down. So I think that because of our stories and what we've been through, if we don't intentionally, consciously choose to open our hearts, whatever that looks like for you, it is going to naturally by default close, and it's closing because it wants to protect you. So my question to you is this: what does it look like for you to open your heart? So whether we're talking about with people, with circumstances, with situations, with the barista when you get your morning coffee, or with enemies, with people who you have pushed out. How do you open your heart with someone you don't even engage with? How do you open your heart with exes, with people that you have drawn boundaries with, people from your past? Because you can also do that, right? You don't have to, because opening your heart doesn't mean that you're engaging with them daily. It means forgiveness, you know, it means a wishing well. It means just to not block that energy source. I know for me, when my heart is open, I am more present, I am more forgiving, I am more compassionate, I have less ego. When my heart is open, I feel more connected to the collective. When my heart is open, I fear less, I'm more present, right? When my heart is closed, I am judgmental, I am narrow, I am pessimistic, I don't believe in bigger things, greater things. I live small. Life is Pleasantville when your heart is closed. Life goes into color when your heart is open. All right, enough of me rambling. We have a caller. Here we go. All right, here we go. Oh, upside down, right side up. Bad connection. Are you there? You're frozen. Hello? Man, I am determined to get someone in here. All right, there you go. Are you at work? Can you hear me? Oh, she bounced. All right. You will find a lot of people request to jump in, and it's kind of like a butt dial. You'll see like the bottom of their face, or you'll see their lunch, or you'll see something. There's panic, maybe a half of an eye contact, and then they bounce. So let's see. Someone's calling me again. All right. This person, male, I think his name's Ivan. Here we go. Hey, Ivan. Is it Ivan?
Hey, yeah, John, how are you?
Good. How are you? Hey, why do you look so familiar?
Because I was at the couples retreat in LA.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
How are you, man?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. We're both driving,
Yes.
and it seems like we're both being responsible with camera mounts.
Right. So just to make it quick, and I may have missed it because I jumped in a little late, but how do we know when our heart is open?
Ooh, that's a great question. I'm still learning, by the way. I think that we feel it in our bodies. I think that when our heart is closed, we do a lot of chasing. We have a lot of white knuckles. We are very defensive. I think when our hearts are open, we are vulnerable. We are attracting. We feel love. So when our hearts are closed, we feel fear. When our hearts are open, we feel love, even though opening our hearts is scary to do. Does that make sense? It's frozen. All right. I have another person jumping in. You know what's funny about these is one person will freeze, and then I'll call someone else in like this. So we have one
Hi,
frozen person and one real person. Hey, what's up, man? Where are you calling from?
hi. I'm calling from India.
India. How are you?
Yeah. Good, good. How are you?
I am well. Thanks for joining us today. Do you have any questions or shares or
Yeah,
reminders or
just
anything?
just want to understand, nowadays relationships are very fickle. The commitment level is very low. So how do we try to, hold on to our nerves when things go bad?
Man, I'm sorry, I can barely understand you. How do we do what when things go bad?
How do we hold on to our nerves? How do we try to, maintain our calmness when things go very in a relationship?
I think because I'm in my car, I don't understand what you're saying. I'm sorry. How do we do what
Okay.
when the relationship is bad? Because you're also echoey as well.
Okay, I'll just repeat my question. Nowadays, relationships are very fickle. They are very fragile. So how do we try to maintain our calm when things go bad?
God, dude, I'm so sorry, man. I don't understand a word you're saying. It's because of the echo. All I
Okay.
understood you say is, I know relationships are tough. How do we something when things things go bad? I'm sorry, man.
No problem, no problem.
Well, God, man, I apologize. So the connection's bad. There's echoes. This is all just part of it. So, um, you know what? I'm slowing down. So let's try this one more time because I feel bad. Speak loud and slowly, and I think I can get it. I'm gonna put my head to the phone. Go ahead.
Yeah. Nowadays, relationships are very fragile.
Fragile, fragile.
Yeah, they're
Yes,
very, I mean, people, yeah.
yes.
So how do we maintain our calmness when relationships go awry, when they're not working out? If we want to work it
Yeah.
out, how do we maintain our calm?
So that's a very vague question. I think it depends on the relationship. Um, I don't know. So why do you think relationships are fragile these days? What's happening in the world for you to say that they're fragile? Or is there something happening with your relationships that are fragile?
No, what I'm seeing around generally, yes, even with me, there are too many fights. People do not want to understand each other.
Yeah,
They want others to fit into their box, fit into their thinking.
I think there's a lot of disconnect. Yeah, there's an old book called Women Are From Mars and Men Are From Venus, or Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. I don't like that title. I don't believe in Mars and Venus. I believe in us being human. But lately, I think partly because there's just a huge shift, I think, in feminine energy and an uprising, which I think is that, it's about time. I think it's great. But because of that, we're getting a lot of pushback, especially from, I think, a lot of men who are closed. So speaking about, closing hearts, people are tracing old blueprints, not being open. And so maybe that's why things are very fragile these days. But just kind of going back to you and love, I would try to, bringing it back to the thesis, what does it look like to open your heart? I mean, the ante to be in any relationship is possible pain, possible heartbreak. And knowing that when you, find someone you want to invest in, be open. Be open. Look inward. What are you bringing to the table? Like, bringing it back to you. I think that's kind of the prescription for everyone, So instead of pointing fingers, what am I bringing to the table? What are my patterns? What are things I need to work on? If we all did that, relationships would be so much more healthier, if that makes sense. I don't think I
Thanks,
answered
Ken.
your question, but
No, you did give me some points to think about.
okay.
You did give
Thanks,
me
brother. I appreciate
some.
it.
Thanks,
All right.
Ken. Yep,
Everyone,
thanks.
be well.
Thank you.
Thank you.